All right, I'd like to call the instruction committee to order. First item on the agenda is approval of the January 19th minutes.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion on it? Seeing none. There should be some field trips listed in here for people to look at. Any questions or comments on those? All right, next item is the budget review. It should be on that chapter in our budget books. And you have a suggested
Yep.
alteration. So
Yes.
first of all, any questions about the budget that is in our book? Sorry, I didn't see your answer.
Page 2, health services, item 2130, or more item, general supplies, is a 419% increase.
Yeah, I can speak to that. So with this amount of money, it basically breaks out to be about $5 per student for supplies. The cost of materials has increased over the past couple of years. I think it was down around maybe $3 per student, and they were running out of supplies by the end of the year for like ice packs and Band-Aids and things like that.
Just moving down under library, same thing, general supplies and books. Do we just purchase multiple books last year in the budget?
With the budget that was presented, yes, and this is asking for an increase in that budget.
Do we have reasons and what for?
Yeah, you know, to buy materials, to buy more books, to update.
Shannon, did we do like a special one time to bring the library up, but the budget was low? I think when we did the budget, when we gave money to the library, our budget was passed, that's why it was lower at the 2023 budget number is 37,000. And because the person in front of the librarian sort of missed the budget process, so we gave funds for a one-time, like, go buy it. So, yeah, I don't know, I'm thinking supplemental, but exactly. And so this would actually bring to what her budget should be, now she went through the right process.
So this is something we're gonna see yearly now, that around this.
Unless books, we can get up, unless kids don't,
I got you.
book or something.
I knew we did something.
Yeah, when she was talking, it reminded me of the timeline.
And if you have questions, I know she's right over here.
I am here.
Oh, she's back.
Right.
I did that accurately, right?
Can I come up?
Yeah,
Sure.
Let the
Can I approach?
timeline-
Sorry. Hi, everybody, I'm Kristen Sturdivant. I'm the department chair for the libraries. So whatever questions you might have, I have all kinds of stuff.
Did you hear what Mr.
Yeah,
Beaulieu
just
said?
wanted to
Was that
clarify,
accurate?
you came in after the budget was approved last
I
year, right?
did, because I was
And
brand new to the position,
Yeah.
had no idea what I was doing.
But then this year, this is what the budget would be.
Yes.
And this is,
Love it.
This is the process that we told her to
to follow.
Yeah.
But
basically.
Mr. Down's point, is this approximately what you're looking at year after year?
Yes,
Okay.
I love
yes.
Oh, yeah, it's
There we go.
great. There's just, when you see the big number, John,
And this is district-wide.
This is
So
district-wide,
all the
so,
elementary,
yeah, I'm looking at the elementaries getting around 25,000, the high school getting that amount, and the middle school getting around 10. So,
Yeah, this is great. Thank you so much.
okay, that was easier.
I feel like we should ask some tougher questions.
What
You
books
don't
did
have to, because I was nervous enough to.
I wasn't prepared.
oh, that's it.
Okay, perfect, thank
no,
you.
you did it the right way. That should.
Yeah. Make sure the dollar amount, timeline.
Well-
You learned it.
It's wonderful.
Now that I have this under my belt,
Yeah.
you know, okay.
See?
All right,
She's usually go.
thank you
Thank
all.
you.
No, thank you.
Any other questions on our budget books? Most of the items are staying the same. There are a few increases. Okay. So we do have some suggested additions. There's some English language arts consumables. These appear to be like books for the reading program, the music supplies, and also math.
This is the, yeah, that's the new
That's the new
math
one.
amount, the curriculum. So it's in a pilot right now. 2 programs are being piloted. And they'll come and they'll present to you and make a recommendation about which program. And this is the estimated cost, basically for either program. They're very similar in cost.
Are these like books, like paper books?
For the math part,
Yeah.
I would assume that they're books, like
So-
everything books and any sort of work.
Yeah,
So
I
my-
can, I
so
can
my
speak
question
to the
is,
math.
A lot of money. Are we moving forward with electronic, digital? So is this a lot of money to spend right now if we're moving forward with digital
I can speak to the,
eventually?
I can speak to the math line.
Okay.
So the math would be a brand-new program, so we haven't had a new math program in a significant amount of time.
Okay.
So we would be adopting a new math curriculum, and this is like the initial cost, so like the teacher's manual, it would include all the student materials. It does include a digital subscription to some online activities for kids. It would include like intervention and supplemental activities for students who need extra support. And then the ELA line is like workbooks. So students have to write for like language arts and do that. And so that book gets used every year.
And is this district-wide?
And that's
Oh.
district-wide for all the elementary schools. And they definitely still want kids to be writing in those books and not just typing. So that those are like student,
Consumables.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
And generally, online books typically are more, the older kids, high school generally has the online textbooks versus elementary.
Yeah, I think at the elementary level, there's more direct instruction, so it's like about the teacher's manuals. So the teachers are instructing the students, you know, third graders can't really fully, some of them can fully read, but, so, yes.
Good. Thank you.
You said a significant amount of time. Do you know what our math program is now, just so?
EDM 4, everyday math 4.
2007, I think, is when it was
Is when
adopted.
it was last adopted?
Yeah, I believe so.
And then it was updated, I think, in 2015 to EDM 4. So there's EDM, I think, from 2007. Then they kind of like revised it, I think, around 2015.
Yeah.
And that's what
Okay.
we've been using since then, so 8 years.
And then can I ask another question? And then, so this number right here, is that the number for both? So we're just like,
No,
No,
no, I know, no,
just one.
correct. I'm just saying, are they both the same price and we're just gonna choose between the two, or is one a different?
They're looking at iReveal, iReady and Reveal, 2 new math programs. They're both similar in price.
Yeah.
We are looking to not continue with the Everyday Math 4, and that also has journals and workbooks and consumables. Most of these curriculums, these core curriculums, are very similar in what they offer and in their costs.
Okay.
With that, how does the staff feel about everyday math compared to what we're moving? Because I know we have a lot of people complaining about what our curriculums, and so what's the difference with the two? Do you have any idea? Or?
Well, I think so right now there's teachers that are piloting these 2 new programs, and they're keeping data and information. And then they are going to get together and make a recommendation for one or the other. They're going to come here and they're going to present to you and see if you want to adopt that curriculum. But right now, I would say people are recommending that we don't just keep doing what we're doing and not improving.
And regardless of which program we certainly have to budget for it.
So, I kind of feel like Shane, I don't know, I don't know if you, so did parents, like, so I know we have the math department looking at the both of them. Have we included any community members or parents to have them look at it as well, to get input, or is that normally?
Heidi Zollman is the curriculum coordinator for the elementary school, and she's been spearheading this from the beginning. So I can certainly ask her, like, where this.
I just know when Everyday Math came out and then parents got told about it, it was very difficult for parents to understand because it was a whole new thing.
Yeah.
It might be smart to see if we're getting a small group of parents to look at them, and, I mean, because kids go home and their math skills are helped out by their parents, so it'd be nice to see.
Now they've had everyday math.
I know, so I'm just saying, like, when we had Everyday Math, the parents came and said, I can't teach my kid, I can't support my kid. You know what I mean? Like, it was that whole thing about I can't help support my child, I don't know the math program. It might,
I was there.
yeah,
At
so
Sylvan.
it might be good if we're talking about it to get some, you know, I'm sure the schools know some of the parents that are very involved, to kind of get them to, you know what I mean? If kids are getting supports at home, which we're hoping, then it might be nice to get some parental input or community input.
Christina, is every school piloting one or the other?
So at the start of the school year in September, everybody that's in the program was piloting iReady. So say there's like, I think it's like 18 teachers. So not the entire district, right, because we haven't adopted that program. So teachers volunteered and said that they would like to pilot. So some teachers continued on with the curriculum as the board has approved. Other teachers started with that program. They're taking information. They got to December. In January, they switched to the second program, and now they're piloting that. So at the end, you'll have a group of teachers that actually taught both programs to classroom students, and they'll have information to present about why they think one program would work better than the other. And not just based on a meeting having somebody trying to sell us something, but based on them actually using all of the program materials the way that it's intended.
So do the teachers that piloted the programs, and I guess, do the teachers that didn't pilot the programs have input on changing the curriculum, I guess, or, you know, I guess the input at the teaching level, with those that are teaching, you know, through the.
I can speak to that.
Yeah.
So like, teachers have time where they get to meet, and so say if I'm a third grade teacher and I'm piloting the program, and you're next door to me and you're teaching EDM, like we meet and we talk about the program, and I can share information back and forth. And then they also have district-wide grade level meetings, so.
So a teacher that's not part of the pilot this year is still having an opportunity for input as far, I mean.
Yeah, they're still hearing about the program. They haven't taught it and they haven't experienced it as much,
Yeah.
but certainly it's not a decision that's made in isolation.
Yeah, it just seems to me like starting next year, with whichever program we go with, those teachers that weren't part of it are kind of at a little bit of a disadvantage, which may translate to those students being a little disadvantaged.
We'll probably have summer PD, right?
Yes,
Whichever
that comes with the
program's
program,
adopted,
yes.
the rest of the staff will have summer PD. I assume, Christine, that they are going to do like a crosswalk between the two programs. For example, in the fall, they taught number systems, and then in the spring, they're doing geometry, but they're not doing it with both programs. They've only done number
Right,
systems
because we don't want
with
to stop
one
the
program.
kids and make them repeat the same content.
Right.
But they
So will
have,
they
they
do
have,
a crosswalk?
yes, the teachers have access to the entire year, and so they can compare the two
Okay.
for the entire year.
Yeah, for all the topics, even though they only did one. Thank you.
Yeah, I just got tired of reading that. And she had to clarify what crosswalk was. I make a motion that we include the items which total $377,908 into the proposed budget for the instruction committee.
Second.
No, because you are adding $252,975, which went to special services.
What was you said?
$377,908.
Is there a second?
Second. And then just as a clarification, because I know it's true, this does not go over the tax cap, just I feel it's worthwhile to say it. There's apparently $1.4 million. So I just want to be clear. Thank you.
Just my drop.
Any other comments, questions?
Just as a grandmother who had to do remote learning with a first grader, who had to go on iReady by herself, it was amazing, and I thoroughly enjoyed I wasn't looking forward to doing this remote learning, because I haven't done math for a long time. But at first grade level, I was very comfortable with the iReady program.
You do first grade math?
I can do first grade math, at least with that program.
You're smarter than a fifth grader.
It looks interesting, and she enjoyed her process doing what she had to do. It was painless. I've done math with girls before, and it's not always painless.
Go ahead, Matt.
Make a motion for the instruction committee budget.
Well, we haven't voted.
We
on
haven't
it.
we
voted
haven't?
on this.
So I just want to talk.
All those any other discussion? Call a question. All those in favor of Mr. Bowyer's motion?
Yeah.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Go ahead.
I make a motion, the instruction committee budget as updated is presented to finance for final adoption.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right. Nothing on the 5-year plan, and
No public.
no public to make a comment. Any other? Seeing none.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.